tuning in. Today we are going to be talking about Bitcoin. Currently, the price of Bitcoin is roughly $13,000, just north of it. It has been ranging about $100, give or take, either way, for the past day, for the past few days, couple days actually. However, currently we're on the monthly time scale and on a log scale. And looking at the price and just looking at the history of Bitcoin, we haven't been in this price range for quite some time. The first time was the peak of the last bull market in the month of December 2017, where the monthly candle close was just south of $14,000, 13,880 to be specific. Then there were two other times where the candle close wasn't there, but it did wick up to it. That would be June and July of 2019, where in June, we just wicked past it, and then we found resistance and came back down. But now, in October of 2020, we are looking at, and also to mind you, that we are nearing the end of October. We are looking at a candle body at the 13,000 mark. We're pretty much resting on top of that line of resistance that we've essentially been hitting for the past 3 years. And it looks like it's coming. Now, do we break that resistance within the month of October or the following month? Um, that's up to speculation. I don't believe so. Um, Considering the price and the fact that we have been hitting resistance, it's going to be a fight. Do I think that we're going to make like a stark correction? I don't think so. Um, but we're not going to get past that without a fight. The second point I'd like to point your attention to would be on the weekly time frame. Um, and here, I'm going to turn on the 20 week, so the 20 simple moving average. And it is represented by this white line here. In the past bull market of the of 2016 to 2017, you can say late 2015 to and beginning of 2018. But take a look at this. In September of 2015, we broke through this moving average here, went above it, corrected, but we didn't break through it. We actually hugged it for quite a while. If we take a date range here and say like January 11th, week of January 11th to that increase, that would be 133 days. So quite a long time. We did wick below it, but we closed above it, and that was the important part. And then we saw a pump, followed by a correction, again hugging that moving average. And we see this time and time again. We saw it here, saw it here, 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 and very briefly here. So uh, we can determine that there's a very strong possibility that the 20 weekly moving average is quite important in terms of bull runs. It is the first line of defense, so to speak, for bull runs. When you bounce off of it, it confirms that there is bullishness in the market, especially in Bitcoin. Having said that, as strong as it is of support, it is equally as strong as resistance. At the peak of the last bull mark, we then corrected fairly starkly and simply broke that moving average. And ever since that, it was acting as resistance. And then we saw a pretty stark decline here. And ever since then, we've been kind of oscillating through this moving average. It was never support, still acting somewhat as resistance. Um, I was here when it did, and went on this quite impressive run. Everyone thought that it was time that Bitcoin's gonna shoot past its prior all-time high and go up even higher. However, it failed to hold at the moving average, and thus the party was over, or if you can even call that a party. I mean, yeah, I think it was a party. It was like a 300% move up from the wick. Yeah, that was a pretty good party. However, come this month of October, ever since the crash started in February, we have been trending upwards. Um, in the month of April, we broke once again the 20 weekly moving average to the upside. Excuse that. And uh, risen quite above it, and then we corrected down. However, we did not break past it. We, uh, much like here in 2016, in May, hugged it for a few weeks actually. This 6. For 6 weeks, we hugged this moving average, and since the beginning of October, actually, we have bounced off of it and went to the upside. And that's where we currently are now. So we can see that the moving average, the 20 weekly moving average, is now becoming support. Uh, this is a good first step. It's a very good step. It hasn't happened in quite a long time. The important part is to not get overly bullish. We still want to be cautious here. This is the first small step to the giant leaps that Bitcoin may reach higher highs. The first step was breaking past the 20 weekly moving average. The second step was to hold it as support. Step 1 and 2 are done. The subsequent steps, the following steps, are going to be to continue using it as support and breaking these lines of resistance. And so what I foresee is that we're gonna flirt with this 14,000, from 13.5 to 14,000 part here as resistance. We're most likely gonna kind of hug that and then drop back down to the 20 weekly moving average, or just above it. It depends. It would be really hard to determine what Bitcoin's um, daily price action is going to be, but it looks like we are tapering off here and looking like we might, at the very least, move sideways, which would be very good. And it will give time to bring the moving average higher. I mean, we can even look at it um, here on the daily time frame, and we see that the current weekly moving average is about $10,600, and it's trending upwards. So even if we move sideways on Bitcoin for several weeks, like we did here, or more like this entire um, line of price action, starting from like the end of July all the way to the beginning of October, that was 72 days. We can do sideways price action for another 72 days, um, or several weeks even, and this moving average is going to trend upwards, and it's gonna meet the price, and that will be the next like not obstacle, but it's going to be another test of the moving average that um, I've been looking at. And so that's currently what Bitcoin's price is right now. I'm not planning to do any trades. I have my position locked in, um, and I'm not looking to buy any more at these prices, nor am I going to be selling at any of these prices. Um, this kind of range that we're in, even in the previous range, um, it, right now it's kind of like a hold and wait and see kind of thing. Um, it, I would be very cautious when Bitcoin is hugging the moving average like that, let alone holding altcoins, because uh, eh, they would hurt more than Bitcoin. Yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely see. It's a good first step, and with that, thank you for watching. Like if you like this video, subscribe, tell all your friends, and hopefully I will see you soon. Take care.